the highest psychological need of any human is the need to feel loved, the need to feel appreciated, and the need to feel celebrated. The highest psychological need of any man at all. Your husband, your brother, your boss, your wife, your child, your grandfather, the government, any man, is the need to feel loved, the need to feel valued, you can add, the need to feel appreciated. That means if you communicate anything that attempts to devalue, demean any human being, you program, inevitably there will be conflict. They will be managed at different levels depending on the maturity of the parties involved. But you can be sure of one thing, that each time you violate this law, there will always be trouble. Are we together now? Just by this little teaching, many of you are already seeing anybody who used to call you before who does not call you now. Go back to your checklist. Something you have done consciously or unconsciously has communicated that. Someone who used to send you money before and now no longer sends you money. Find out what you did. The last time he sent you money, you trivialized. He sent you 5,000, you just said thanks. 20,000, thanks. 100,000, thanks. 500,000, thanks. And he said, this person is not worth my sacrifice. Are you seeing that now? But for someone, you give him 5,000 and he almost roll on the floor. He used gratitude as a tool to communicate significance. And by so doing, every time that man wants to feel significant, he will come to the person who has the perception. It's not just God open doors. You must understand men, because the resources are in their hands. Everybody who makes you feel good, like this our dear sister, you see how we clap for her? If the Holy Ghost tells her, cook for one person as a seed for honor today, who do you think will most likely be the person? Talk to me, intelligent people. Whereas someone is there making no contribution and desiring that God will force someone to bless you. You see that many of the things we call prayer is a lot of foolishness from the lens of wisdom. Are we together now? Please understand what I'm teaching you. Blessed are the peacemakers, not just peace receivers. Man, as complicated as man is unbelievably simple. Now listen to what I'm saying. As complicated as man is and can be, man, on the strength of this knowledge, can be simple, almost programmable. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Literally, man, as complicated as he or she can be as a species, can be almost programmable. When you understand these psychological keys, you literally can be at the command for almost anything that you desire. There are some of you, children hate you so much you don't know why. I've said it here that if children hate you, is two signs. One, you are not understanding man, and two, it may be an attack, because children are the most innocent of the species. There is something that happens that makes them run away from you. There are some of you, you cannot have friends. The lifespan of relationships is 2 weeks or less. And then you keep saying there are enemies all around my life. Let me give you spiritual intelligence now. Even demons depend on this vulnerability to act. They don't just come into your life. They study the gaps in your knowledge, and that becomes their access point. There are people today, it's difficult to forget them. Do you know why? Because they fulfilled one of these 6 conditions when they met you. There are some of you who were invited into certain circles once. You demeaned everybody, downplayed everybody, and they looked at you quietly. As they waved you goodbye, they vowed to themselves that you will never come again. There are people who have climbed pulpits. You've heard me say this. They probably were invited to come and preach on several platforms, and they didn't do justice. They downplayed the man of God, downplayed the sacrifice of the people, did everything wrong and went down, never to have that opportunity again. God is ministering to you. He's answering questions why certain doors open and then close. It's not always Satan. It's our violation of these principles. We're discussing peace, studying man as a person. You've heard me say it again and again that in this kingdom, who hates you does not matter, but believe me, who likes you matters.